What the fuck is going on here? Bad Times at the El Royale, released in 2018, and it's directed by Drew Goddard, who hasn't directed that much, but what he has directed has been absolutely excellent. Cabin in the Woods, but he's mainly known for his writing, and what he has written I think has been stellar. He has written Cloverfield, Cabin in the Woods, World War Z, The Martian. He was also the writer and the creator of that Netflix show that was so terrible that they canceled it after 3 seasons, Daredevil. So wrong. A show that had the majority of high points. Netflix was like, yeah, we're done. Because Disney wants it all on their network that they're going to be launching in the next year or so. Makes sense. And this film stars Jeff Bridges, Cynthia Erivo, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Callie Spaney, Lewis Pullman, and Chris Hemsworth. And this film comes as a recommendation from one of my longtime friends, Andrea Lau. Thank you very much. You watched this a couple of months ago, and you were thinking, hey, Caleb would probably like this film, and yeah, it's just, what the fuck was happening? A hippie, a salesman, a singer, and a Catholic priest all walk into a hotel lobby. Yep. And there are some fun twists and turns along the way, and a lot of unexplained outcomes, but it's a pretty enjoyable ride. Of course, these characters are not what they seem to be or what they claim to be, so it's a lot of fun to discover that and pull back the covers. But this film kept giving me like this Quentin Tarantino, or at least trying to be Quentin Tarantino-esque vibe to it. And Tarantino is one of the most famous writers and directors to really focus on a bunch of different storylines that keep intersecting with each other. And that's exactly what we get here. We see all these characters come into the hotel room, and we all kind of get a little taste of their personalities. And then as we get the twists that happen in this film, we go back a chapter and we see how these characters came to this hotel, the El Royale, which is a storytelling device that is very easy to mess up. This is something that you've seen time and time again, where we have all these characters coming together and then we see their backstories about how they got there. Sometimes it gets contrived, sometimes it just slows the pace down tremendously. And sometimes, yeah, the pace slowed a little bit here, but overall, I really like this script. A lot. Let me start off with saying this. If you don't like ambiguous endings, or if you don't like not knowing what something is in a film, you are going to hate this movie. Because the characters in this film get this MacGuffin, it's this tape of this really famous person that came to the hotel several years prior, did something that was really messed up, and they got it on camera. And everyone discovers who it is, but we, the audience, never do. All that we know is that it was someone famous, that it was a he, and that he's dead now. And this film takes place in 1969, so it could be a number of people. But I really do like how it plays out here. I feel like us as the audience, we're not being spoon-fed everything. There's a surprise that happened like every 10 or 15 minutes, all leading to, I think, a very satisfiable climax. Let's start off with the performances. Jeff Bridges, this is the first thing that I've liked him in several years, probably since that remake of True Grit. And looking at the poster for this film, I was feeling that we were just gonna get another version of that character, because that's what Jeff Bridges does now. He just does the, you can't really understand what I'm saying. So looking at him at the poster, I was seeing the beard. He looked kind of like in rough shape, and I'm thinking, oh boy, this is another True Grit situation where he needs subtitles for English in an English film. But I really liked his portrayal of this character. He's got secrets, he has a dark past, but he's a very redeemable person. And I like the innocence and the reality that Jeff Bridges brings to this character. He's older, he's having problems with his memories. They never tell us exactly what he has, but he probably has something like Alzheimer's or dementia. And I was really feeling for the guy. I really loved his performance. Cynthia Erivo, which I don't think I've ever seen before. I absolutely loved her. That woman's got a voice on her too. It's pretty good. She's a backup singer wanting to get to the big time, to have her own solo gig, and she sings like 3 or 4 like full pieces in this movie. I was actually shocked, and it was maybe in those instances where I was feeling the pacing slow down a little bit, because we were getting the full versions of these songs. I'm like, okay, we can cut it here. But I think she's beautiful. I love her story, and I love what she brings. John Hamm, he's always a ham in anything he does. When we first see him, he is this overbearing Southern Baptist salesman. He's gonna sell you some vacuums there. I'm here, I say I'm here, I'm here, and I'll stake my claim on that honeymoon suite. I just love seeing John Hamm. Love him here too. Chris Hemsworth, for as little as we get with him, I think is stellar. He keeps surprising me in everything that he does. I think he has a bright future ahead of him. He's not just the hammer-wielding, Stormbreaker-wielding Thor. No, he is a very talented actor. When it comes to the comedic roles, I think he's spectacular. But he plays a cult leader in this film. He does his best interpretation of an American accent, which I absolutely love. I love when Australians, when British actors come over and they do their best American accent because they enunciate every single word. We don't talk like that at all. But I'm sure it's the same thing flip-flop. Only storyline that I wasn't really feeling, that I wasn't really invested in or really cared at all, was the Dakota Johnson storyline. She and her sister, they come from a broken home. Her father was abusive. They run away and they join this cult that Chris Hemsworth runs. And her sister is really hypnotized by him, and she's not, yet she stays. And she always has a look on her face like she always needs to poop, but she can't. I don't know. Just wasn't really feeling that one. But of course they have her tie up some people in this movie, which, you know, she got that skill from 50 Shades. But what I really love about this film is the aesthetic, the costume design, the music choices, the design of the set of the hotel, the El Royale, which the hotel is built on the border of California and Nevada. So there's a nice little contrast between that economy between California and Nevada. Nevada has a lot of purples, a lot of cooler tones. California, with it being a hotter state, a lot of ambers, a lot of warm tones. I just love the atmosphere that this film creates. I'm sucked into the story. I'm sucked into the aesthetic. I'm sucked into the majority of these performances, and I love the ambiguity of this film. The MacGuffin of who's on that tape and why everyone is trying to find it. All the hidden passageways, the double-sided mirrors. It felt to me like watching a noir style of Clue. Flames on the side of my face. Not that everyone is trying to solve a murder. There, of course, is murder in this film, but it's not like, oh, someone's murdered, we must find the killer. But I went into this movie knowing nothing about it, and I encourage you to do so too. This is definitely a film worth checking out. It's its own thing. Watching trailers, I got the sense that it was very Quentin Tarantino-esque, but it's really its own thing. Besides from one storyline that was a big miss for me, and then, you know, not everyone's gonna like the ambiguity of this film, I'm gonna give Bad Times at the El Royale 3.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I am above average.
Not a lot of people saw it when it came out last year, but I definitely think it's worth a watch. But you want to know what I don't want to be watching is spiders and arachnophobia, which is exactly what I'm going to do if we hit 1,000 subscribers here on this channel, Caleb Watches Movies. So if you have friends, family, anyone that you know that loves movies, loves talking about movies, send them over here to Caleb Watches Movies, have them hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to watch, record myself watching, and I'll review Arachnophobia, which is a film that I have a bad history with. Spiders, I absolutely cannot do, but I'm willing to torture myself for your enjoyment. All right, everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I randomly pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, so let's take a look. Doubt! I will do what must be done! The Street Monster pops up on my channel again. This film, I believe it was 2008, because I remember that Oscars being like, oh, everyone that acted in this film was nominated for an Academy Award. Meryl Streep was nominated for Best Actress, and all the other actors, I think they were all supporting. Amy Adams, Viola Davis, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it's about this Catholic priest who comes under the microscope of this really strict nun, and she notices that he's taking a liking to the boys in the Catholic school. So, you know, people start suspecting stuff, and maybe they start doubting their religion. But we'll check out Doubt next time, and thank you very much, Andrea Lau, for the recommendation of Bad Times at the El Royale. She's an amazing person. She's a director, an artistic director of Cirque du Soleil, which is a pretty fucking big deal. So if I ever have the chance to plug her, I'm gonna do so. So thank you very much, Andrea. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please leave your comment below this video or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a shout out here in the channel, and please be patient with me because I've actually gotten a lot of recommendations, which is really cool because there are a lot of films that I have not seen or films that I haven't seen in forever. And I have you all in a queue, I have you all in a list. I'm gonna be getting to you, I promise. Just be patient with me. So everyone, have you seen Bad Times at the El Royale? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please of course like and subscribe to this channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. So I will see you all next time with my review of Doubt. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.